Everybody, happy new year to you all. Following the last episode, which was episode 54 where we fought Raphael, welcome back to episode 55 of my very first honor mode playthrough on Baldur's Gate 3, where today we're once again going to fight another rather difficult boss, as we fight, in my opinion, a harder fight, honestly, Cazador. For those who are curious, when we fought Raphael last episode, you'll notice my character now is a little different. Originally, I had my bard pretty much for the entire run as a status character, where he would usually use this banshee bow to put frightened. But now, because Astarion already has no need for constitution, and no need for the strength gauntlets, because I've already popped a hill giant strength potion on him, my character has become kind of a bit of a secondary fighter with big armor class at 25, but he's also still got very high charisma and extremely high wisdom, which is awesome. So I can still cast stuff like Hypnotic Pattern, Hold Person, Hold Monster, or even obviously use spells like Conjure Elemental or Eye Bite. The rest of my characters didn't really receive much. I did technically respec everybody, but we're pretty much the exact same build as last episode. We are rocking the same party, I believe also, that took on Raphael minus Shadowheart, and we're instead opting for Will, just because of the sheer fact that this guy's Eldritch Blasts do so much damage. With 22 charisma, he's doing a lot of damage. I did add a little bit of new gear onto him. I put the Boots of Stormy Clamor on Will, plus the Gloves of Dexterity, just because, honestly, 19 Strength, 18 Dex is ridiculous. I also gave him the Club of Hill Giant Strength. And for the rings, he's got the Cantrip Ring plus Mental Inhibition and the Spine Shedder Amulet. So Will, because he uses 3 Eldritch Blasts per attack, has got a chance to inflict a ton of status conditions on whoever he decides to hit. So with that being said, this is our newly rebuffed party, and it's a pretty damn strong one at that. As I said, today we are taking on Cazador, and I think that this fight, in my opinion, is a little bit more difficult than Raphael. My opinion on that has changed slightly, because for those who have yet to see the episode, I won't spoil it, but be warned, I'm about to spoil it. For those who haven't seen the episode, go watch it now. But for those who have, or if you don't care, we tried to do Barrelmancy, and it didn't work. It did about 100 and something damage to Raphael's 666 health pool. So we pretty much had to fight Raphael as if we were fighting Raphael. And it was a sweaty fight, and it took me a long time to beat. I was sweating, and honestly, I'm surprised we did it. But we did do it. So Cazador is, in my opinion, a harder fight than that, because with Cazador, he has a ton of buffs that are not necessarily super difficult to prevent him from getting, because the whole gimmick with his fight is the little circles where he's got all the spawn sitting at. You just have to have any one character stand in that circle to deactivate his buffs. The problem with that is, however, that we only have 4 characters, and I believe there's 6 circles or 8 circles or 7. I'm not exactly, I think it's 6 or 7. But it's about getting stuff placed in order. Also, what makes this fight super difficult is it starts off with us at a numerical disadvantage, which we already are to begin with, but Astarion will get pulled into the circle. So the very first thing we're going to have to do is actually save Astarion, which that sucks. I also don't know if he loses his buffs when he gets pulled into the circle. I distinctly remember him losing all of the buffs that we give him, but I might be wrong about that, and I really hope I am, because I already wasted 1 Elixir of Cloud Giant Strength by misclicking into a different potion, so it would be a real shame if we lose this one and we don't even get to use it. So that being said, we have our work cut out for us. I am going to do a few things, however, to give us a bit of an advantage, so to speak. The very first thing of that being, I'm going to use my Conjure Elemental. And I'm going to probably use my Water Myrmidon here. I'm going to cast it at level 6. Main reason for this is these Myrmidons are fantastic. I'm going to hold off on casting it, though, because we don't really need a Myrmidon right now. In fact, to get to Cazador, it's pretty easy. Otto's Irresistible Dance, by the way, is another one that we maybe want to use a level 6 spell on. I have no idea what Cazador can do. I know apart from Tactician, but I mean in regards to his legendary action. So I don't really know what Cazador can do. However, I have one trick up my sleeve. When Will leveled up, I had him learn Daylight, which, for those who don't know, if you've never read any mythological books, vampires hate daylight. Now, this is obviously different than light. This is daylight. It's light, but it's different. This is from the sun, as I understand it. So this is actually going to do damage and stun Cazador. So if we cast this as a ball or we cast this on an item, we can make this fight a little bit easier for ourselves. A little bit. Will also has access to some pretty powerful spells. Lightning Bolt, Banishment. The main reason we're bringing Will, though, is just the Eldritch Blasts are super good. And specifically on this map, because for this area that we fight Cazador in, Eldritch Blast with Repelling Blast can just push them off the map. So he can instantly kill like 3 enemies that have about 89 to 90 HP, which is really, really nice. And then once we've obviously taken out all the enemies, it's just dealing with Cazador. Why are we doing this fight? Well, the reason we're doing this fight is fairly simple. This is sort of the last big fight we have, apart from Onsur, until we're basically ready to steamroll the entire game. We're basically already at that point. This is just a bit of a cherry on top, because Astarion, being our fighter of the group, already does so much damage, even with just this Hill Giant potion. Currently, Astarion will do anywhere from 26 to 44 damage on hit. If Astarion hits just 30, the middle of the pack, if he hits you 3 times, Astarion in one turn of combat towards any enemy will do roughly 90 damage, which is fantastic. And you'll notice I took up the feat Lucky. But if we also then do something like, for example, Distracting Strike, this does even more damage. Or if we were to use, for example, the Fainting Attack or the Grand Slam, we're dealing a lot of damage. If you don't know, Astarion, when he gets Ascended, gets a plus 1d10 necrotic damage to every single attack that he makes. So suddenly my base damage range would be 36 to 54, which is ridiculous, because that means if we do 3 hits and we hit you 3 different times, and we just take on average the lower number, so that means we do 30 damage per hit, that's 120 damage per turn of combat, which is ridiculous. Then if you factor in something like an Action Surge, that's going to give us obviously 3 more attacks, that's 240 points of damage. And then, of course, if you factor in something like the weapon attack, the bonus attack that we would get, you get an additional attack, meaning we could do somewhere about 250 points of damage in combat with an Action Surge. So it's pretty ridiculous. Astarion is, yeah, he's, yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's move into the Tsar Palace. We have to go fight these little thrall minion people that he's got here at the top of the ladder. Ooh, I just saw a donut get picked up, and dang, that looks good. I'll tell you, it's got sprinkles and chocolate on it. It's looking pretty damn good.
This is the palace of the gods. Words are clear, but spoken without thought or intent.
Let's go ahead and
see nothing. She must be one of.
So we want to make sure we bring our entire party up, because we're going to kill these guys. Because we're still wanting to, oh. Hang on. We still want to obviously take all the loot. But also, we kind of want to see how much damage we're dealing. Because I did respect the characters just slightly. Like I said, it's not, here we go. Alright. So, I haven't popped any potions either. But let's go ahead and,
Can't even catch my breath.
Can't reach destination. How can you not reach the destination? What? Oh my gosh, this game is bugged. I'm not sure how I'm not able to reach the destination, but let's How can you not reach it? Are we all stuck inside of each other? Huh, it seems like we're all stuck inside one another. That is what she said, definitely. Can't target self. Ah, okay. Well, we can take these giant rats out. I wanted to first see how much damage Lysel was doing per hit. So Lysel is doing about 20 damage with her offhand melee. That's not too bad. We'll go ahead and hit this guy once. So 35 by 5, and again. Yeah, pretty ridiculous numbers. Not gonna lie to you.
This is my time.
Well, can I have Will take out perhaps these giant rats that we have here? Beautiful. And mind you, we just got 135 experience points for killing all of those rats. That is just disgusting, isn't it? Okay, let's get Astarion in here next and see how much damage she does on one hit. Holy crap. Alright, so Astarion currently is doing 30 base bludgeoning, 2 thunder, 4 poison, 2 acid, 4 fire. That is 8, 10, plus another 2. 42 damage per hit. Unbelievable. And then we'll do one more attack. Yeah, that's just fantastic. And then we get a great weapon bonus attack here. And you know what, actually, I should have him bite this person so that Astarion can become happy. That would be a really good idea for us. And now, unfortunately, my character can't probably kill this archer lady. So I'll just have him take this rat out. It is just one archer, so I can't imagine she'll be able to do too much to us. Let's see what she does here. Miss. No need to charm. And then probably another miss. 2 damage. Okay, no worries. A failed shove. And then we'll just get Will to finish her off here with Eldritch Blast. Will has quickly become probably our 3rd overall strongest party member. For those who are wondering how much damage this guy is doing per Eldritch Blast, he is doing 21 force damage plus 16 plus 17, and then every time he hits them, they'll get reverberation. So he does on average about a 2 to 3 thunder damage per turn. So that is 3 plus 17 is 20, plus 16 is 36, plus 21, which is, what is that, 36 plus 21? 57 points of damage altogether in one attack. Now granted, that's his whole entire attack for one turn, unless you do twin spell, but from a cantrip on a ranged attacker is pretty crazy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and loot all of this gear because we want to sell everything. As I mentioned, we're still looking to get some gear that's accessible to us. Not really a ton of stuff left for us, honestly, but good to get all the free things that we can. Hence why everybody's just getting basically beaten up here.
It's been a long day.
Alright.
I need to rest.
And I'm not sure what my character is talking about. It has not been a long day at all. In fact, we just took a long rest. And something that I learned, by the way, can I go over to this bell tower? Oh my gosh, I can. Oh my god, there's a chest over there. Wow. I've never seen that chest before. Oh wait, maybe I have. There's a chest that you can just...
Wonder what's past this.
Huh. Let me try to open it. What is in this chest exactly? Oh, you know what? Not too bad. These smoke powder barrels are going to come in so handy. By the way, I really can't wait for our next playthrough where I can just explore the ever-living hell out of Baldur's Gate. This is probably the one act, and I imagine for most people in the game, this is the one act in the game that I honestly haven't explored too much. Well, I've seen most of the things, but I've never explored all of the rooftops. I've obviously never found all of Dribble's body parts either. Just because, I mean, why would you do that? But that would be a fun thing to do. I've thought about doing like a Will origin run just on my side, not recorded or anything of that nature. I don't think there would be anything unique about it, just so that I can play this game on the side. But first thing I really have to do is actually finish my Divinity Sin. Alright. And my cat just laid down right next to me as well, so we're locked in for this session, ladies and gentlemen. Extremely locked in. I was also debating on bringing a few different weapons, mainly Lathander's Light, but opted against doing that. Alright. I remember the first time that I did this, by the way. A fun fact, since we're just discussing things. I never actually did...
A moment for the two of us.
What? What did he say?
Will gave up freedom to save his father. Seeking to correct your mistake. Perhaps you got the wrong idea. Back in you get...
Okay.
Now, though, I don't think, honestly, that you're... I can guarantee. It stings far more... But this...
Okay.
There isn't...
Okay, well, anyway.
Door is covered in intricate text.
Alright, we'll try the... Oh yes, and we also did the little Rapture special buff.
You can make up. You can tell you're missing something.
Just because I figured for this fight we're gonna want it.
The indentation seems...
Okay. Anyway, my first playthrough of this game, I never did this. Like I mentioned, I was so desperate to be done with Baldur's Gate because it was so addicting in my life, and I have a highly addictive personality to certain things, mainly video games. And I just honestly wanted to be done. Not that I was having a miserable time, I was having way too much fun. And I decided, okay, I'm just going to get to the end of the game. So I did skip a lot of quests in interest of just getting some of my life back. And on my second playthrough, which was a tactician run, I ended up finding so many things that I never did, including Cazador's Palace, which, wow, was just so much fun. It's one of my... Truthfully, one of my favorite, honestly, my favorite little dungeons. And I really like Cazador's boss fight as well. I think it's a highly underrated boss fight, in my opinion, in the game. Like, everybody talks about Raphael, and obviously everybody talks about, you know, the end of the game. But in my opinion, I quite like Cazador as a boss fight. I just find it to be this really difficult boss fight. I think the first time I actually did the Cazador fight, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was my second playthrough, but my second playthrough was modded slightly, and I had the extended party limit. So because of that, it was actually way, way easier than how it's normally supposed to be. But I did then go back and do it a third time on the Tactician run, where we obviously had just 4 people. And it was a hard fight. It was a very hard fight. But that's why I love it. It's an awesome, awesome, awesome fight.
Door exudes magic.
Okay.
Touch it at your own risk.
So,
Defender of the people.
we're going to have Will go in here. I don't think he has a Remove Curse, but we have a scroll of Remove Curse, if I'm not mistaken, that we have never used. Yep, here it is. So he can just go ahead and remove this. So we can remove the curse here. And now what we need to do is obviously go over here to Victoria and cast another Remove Curse. I don't think I have another scroll, however... I do have Shadowheart back at camp, which I should have probably thought to bring her first. Yep, should have thought about that. Alright, let's go back outside, let's go pick up Shadowheart, and then let's go straight back in. Yeah, I knew we were going to have to do this, but I don't know if I needed to actually cast Remove Curse on that door. I think you need to have 2 Remove Curses in your party. So my fault. Luckily, we can go back outside, pick up Shadowheart, bring her in, and then good to go. I was still debating bringing Shadowheart, but she has no gear on her currently, so I'm not sure if we want to bring her. I think we're going to stick with Will. Like I said, there's more advantages with having Will. His access to Eldritch Blast, especially on a map like this, it's very useful. Okay, let me put something on Shadowheart because she has no clothes on. Like I said, I was just here. Put something on, please. Do I have a piece of armor that we can give her? Yeah, that works. Okay. Like I said, what I was doing was I was just respecking the party's armor and rings and necklaces for probably the second to last time. I don't think we'll have to do it again, but like I said, just wanted to make sure that everybody had a build that was about as maximized as it could be, which I think we've certainly accomplished. I think everybody has a build that works quite well for them. It was more my character that I didn't know how we wanted to really make him.
Sort of magic bound to that door.
He's so flexible is the thing, and him as a bard, I think that's what we get, right? We get you get access to that. All right, let me have Shadowheart go in there and.
Something sapping my strength.
There we go. Okay. And we'll just turn turn-based mode off, and then go back and pick up Will. Thank you, Shadowheart, for casting Remove Curse. You may leave. But yeah, my character currently has this like big strength build, mainly because, like I said, no one else can use, well, anybody can use Raphael's armor, but it makes sense. A lot of this gear for him has just made him able to now become like this group's secondary fighter, if we so please. But it's still hard for me to justify turning my character into that because, well, he has these awesome spells he can use. But that is what he can do so well. He's a hybrid character in that sense. He's able to cast Hold Person or Moon Mode or anything and still be on the front lines. At this point in the game, like things like Frightened or Bane, not that they're not useful, but I don't know. I guess we're not getting as much use out of them as I thought maybe I would like. But it was really effective, honestly. That build was extremely effective, but now we're going just kind of more to bare bones.
Always good to talk, my friend. I'm up for the challenge.
So,
you've ready and willing.
So we have our re-up party back in, and now we can go straight back into the palace. I was actually very surprised, by the way, when I first played this, how quick you can get to Cazador, and you know all of that stuff. But I guess it'll be time soon for us to probably cast a potion, or cast the summon elemental spell. I don't know if we're going to want to use Otto's Irresistible Dance. It can make a save every turn, right? No, actually it can't. I just wonder if we should use Otto's Irresistible Dance on Cazador. But I'm going to assume, just like any legendary character, that he's going to have like a +3 or +10 to all saving throws.
Never once slept in.
Okay.
This is where I took our guests.
And the lore is so cool in this area as well.
Cazador appeared.
Super cool.
And took them away.
It's
basically
just like the symbols from that
okay.
door.
That book is going to allow us to read Kazakuren. Cool language, by the way. Yeah, this whole area is awesome. Really, it is like super cool. When I first went through and saw the scroll and all of the learned what Cazador is actually trying to do, you know, become this vampire ascendant, and he killed his master.
Don't give me trouble now.
It's so cool. I love this portion of this game specifically. And yes, I do realize that I missed out on such a what's the word that I'm trying to say? That I missed out on such an amazing quest. Because my goodness, let me tell you, this is probably my favorite character moment in the whole game. from all your companions, which I'm going to presume many people, this is their favorite moment. Because this is the moment that Astarion gets revenge on his master. So, yeah. I did want to mention something really quickly. Which was... Hang on. What the heck was I doing? I was about to bring up something, and then I seemingly forgot what I was about to do. Oh, son of a bitch, what was I... Oh, the helmet that we got. That's right, this helmet of grit, this is pretty OP. If you are a thief that's already got 1 bonus action, you then have this on top of it, you can get 3 bonus actions in a turn, which essentially gives you... Let me think here. You can have 2 crossbow shots, 2 regular crossbow shots, plus 3 extra, so you can do 5 attacks in a turn. It's pretty damn good. Okay, let's go over here and fight this rusty old skeleton guy. Here, Astarion. Yeah, we're gonna hit Goaty. We don't really care. Die, Goaty, die. Alright. Oh my gosh, I just did 60 damage, by the way. That's because he's a skeleton. Okay. We're just gonna hit Goaty again. Alrighty. It's a real shame, because you don't actually get to hear what Goaty says. But, yeah, this is just such a cool area. I do wish we got maybe... Well, no, actually, no. I don't think we needed any more build-up. There was a... I'm going to say there was enough adequate build-up for Goaty. Or, sorry, not for Goaty. But for Cazador. I do actually think there was enough. So, never mind. There was more than enough build-up for Cazador. A lot of the things that Astarion implies... You know, from the abuse that he received from Cazador to the hunting, it's really good. To be honest with you, I've thought about doing a run as Astarion, just because, despite him not having any real relevance to the story, and this is something that, okay, now we're going on a bit of a tangent, I apologize, but something that I thought I would like doing, I just haven't really had the time, but something that I've always thought about doing is like these little video game commentary analysis, just kind of looking at how the developers made characters or analyzed the writing, because I like that kind of stuff. But something that I was going to do a video on originally, or an idea I should say I had, not that I was planning on doing it, but something that I was thinking about was looking at which companions are the most important to the story, and then which companions are not so important. And in the grand scheme of things, Astarion is the most useless companion to the story, as Cazador and his entire plotline has nothing to do with anything else in the game. In fact, even his interaction with Raphael, I mean, I suppose there's a little bit of tie-in there, but hardly. Really hardly any interaction. Like, if you remove Astarion from this game, the story could still be the exact same. The same can't be said for someone like Shadowheart, or... I guess you could make the implication that Lae'zel doesn't have a lot of importance to the story either, but I think, in my opinion, she does, because she is sort of this Gith, child of Gith, an introduction to the Githyanki, she's this bridge to the race, and on a story front, I suppose, she is the person that finds Tav, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's summon a elemental. We will summon Winter's Breath Slam. Do we want to do a Water Myrmidon? No. Let's do... We'll do a Fire Elemental. Level 5 Fire Elemental. Yeah, the more of these elementals we have, the more we can put on platforms, and the less we have to worry about. So we're also going to use maybe another summon scroll that we have here, which I have another Conjure Elemental. I'm going to conjure a Minor Elemental instead. Because we just want them to sit on the pedestals. We don't need a big elemental. Oh, I forgot for these. I have to give the scroll to the character itself. Okay. So we'll go with a minor and a, not major, but just an elemental. There we go. Let's go with ice methods would be good, mud methods, and Azure.
There is so much to do, so much to prepare.
Ice methods could be quite good because we can just put them on the platforms. Let's go with we're gonna go with ice methods, yeah. Can I not summon? What the hell? Am I doing something wrong here? Alright. So we're gonna get 2 basic ice methods. Maybe I should have held off on summoning them, but it's fine. But these ice methods are gonna be quite useful because naturally we can just use these guys to sit on the platforms. Alright.
Looking closer, you
okay, so we're gonna press the star ring in here. And then this is going to give us access to the next room. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, hang on. Alright, we're just going to go in really quickly, sneak attack the first thing we see. Yep. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to get brought into a bit of an initiative order. That's completely fine. And Lae'zel's just going to start cooking here now. So let me guess here. White mist. Oh, you know what? This would be perfect for a arrow of many targets as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, just take out a couple of these enemies right quick, and then we'll take out white mist. And then is there the other wolf here? Blood Fang. What a cool name. Yeah, this should be quite easy for us, in fact. We'll take a short rest as well, right before we go in to fight Cazador, so we'll take the Action Surge. Because I want to put, I want to go ahead and put, Bardic Inspirations on everybody. Let's push Lae'zel in. I don't want us to get all clumped up here. We'll get Will inside the room, and he'll finish this guy off. Oh man, we're getting to that point in the game where things are getting a little bit buggy. Alright, fantastic. And I don't have any more, what would you call this? I think somebody might come out here and see us a bit and get upset, so maybe I should wait. Does he have any ranged attacks? Great, he does. Well, throw it at this bat here. Fantastic, okay. That's all he could do. And then one of these ice methods, maybe we can have them throw, I don't know, what can they do? Oh, they can actually cast a chromatic orb. That's fantastic. Yeah, just cast it there then. Oh my god, a critical hit. Wow.
There is so much to do, so much to prepare.
So this guy doesn't know that we're here. I think that's why... I don't know, I guess that's why we're able to escape with seemingly no one opposing us. I'm gonna assume that's the reason. I don't know for certain. Alright, we'll go ahead and hit this bat. It says I don't have enough movement. Okay, no worries. Maybe I can hit this bat. Okay, who can I hit here? Alright, hit this Garrus guy then. We have a surprise round, so we'll be fine. Alright. Beautiful, fantastic. And then here's my character. And I'm just going to try to take these bats out. I think this is, for everybody's sake, a little bit better. Alright, bat is surprised. Yes, fantastic. There's one bat down, and then, I guess, can we shoot this guy? Dang. No, we can't. Too far away. Alright, well, hey, it is what it is. Okay, fantastic. So let's go over here. And we'll throw this chromatic orb over at this guy. Hopefully it hits. If not, it should still do some damage. Yep. Fantastic. Okay. We'll push into the middle of the room, and then just do a Eldritch Blast on the giant rat, and then a double on this Doover Reelan guy. And that does so much damage. It is honestly quite ridiculous. There's another rat right here. There we go. man, I missed. That sucks. Okay. Let's do a bonus attack on the rat. Where is the other wolf guy? Wolfgang Puck. Alright, and then where's the last rat? There he is.
Let my name be known.
Okay, fantastic. Very easy. Yeah, really easy. So that's all you do to get to Cazador. From here we can go and obviously loot the rest of this place. I'll do that on my own time though. I'm not going to do that on stream because we're looking to be efficient. Okay, we're looking to be quite efficient here today. Not that I have anywhere to be particularly, but hey, this is still a show we got to run. So I'm gonna send all this clothes to Astarion. I have so much junk, I guess is the word. Let me send this to him so that I can pick up more junk so that we can sell all of this stuff. Okay. Yeah, we can go up here, but we need to actually go into this back room, I think it is. Let me see here. I think it's the back corner here. Yes. Okay, now is the time that I'm going to sit forward, because we're getting to that point in the game. Here's the bust.
The inscription on this bust reads Shiressa Rune Master.
Okay.
Whoever that was.
Okay. Alright, party planner. I think there's something here we need to open, if I'm not mistaken. These books, yep, and then just the wooden desk. Yeah, I'll take all this stuff. Okay. Nothing in Cazador's office, which was always a bit of a disappointment to me. There's literally nothing in his office. Ah, here it is, yes. And then Astarion should make a comment here as well in a moment. Here we go. Yeah.
Stand on a clearer sums.
What in hell? Well...
Yep. Alright, so off we go. We're gonna go down into the depths. This is such a cool area, by the way, you guys. I think that this music that plays here is just awesome. Seriously, it's awesome. Okay. Now is the time to talk a little bit about potions. So Astarion obviously already has a potion. We could become blessed if we wanted to. I could take some necrotic resistance potions, which honestly doesn't sound bad. I feel like that might be a pretty good option. I have a +5 on initiative is the only thing. So I'm going to actually pop an elixir of vigilance for myself to put me to a +10. Like I said, going first, in my opinion, much more important. Will here has a +13 to his initiative, so we're not going to use that for him. However, what potion do we want to use for Will? That is a tricky question. Honestly, an elixir of necrotic resistance might be good, or an elixir of bloodlust. I think that's what we're going to do here. Because he's going to kill some enemies for sure. And just having him be able to spam Eldritch Blasts, we're going to spam, or we're going to try to spam. So he'll pop the elixir of bloodlust. And then for Lae'zel, I don't know exactly what we want to use here. Necrotic resistance could be quite good. A viciousness, poison, or bloodlust could be good for her as well, if I'm being truthful. She's going to get some kills as well. I think we just go double bloodlust. Her initiative is what? What is her initiative? +10. I feel pretty confident that we'll be able to all go first. So I'm going to take an additional elixir of bloodlust for our party. And that's going to be it. Hopefully Astarion gets a chance to go. Like I said, we need to cast Misty Step. So we have our Misty Step ready to go here. It's our long rest version. And then ideally we can cast Moon Mote or something. But we need to free Astarion first. Okay. I'm going to obviously save the game. This is a fight that, like I said, it is difficult. No way, two ways around it. This is a hard fight. This and the Ansur fight are both fights that I'm looking at thinking to myself, man, we're going to have a hard time. But hey, in order for us to get what we need, well, we need to take this fight. Yeah, I like this area a lot too, because this feels like a proper dungeon. You know, it's literally called Cazador's Dungeon, and it's so cool. All right, so we're gonna unlock this door with the star ring, and this is gonna allow us to go into this private chamber, and this is so cool. By the way, this is so freaking cool. So we get some unique items. Meditations of a Vampire Lord. If you've never read that before. Scroll of Names. Names of thousands of people. 9,000 something people. I remember when I learned that for the first time, I wish that they did a bit more with this quest. Because it's so cool. And it's really well written as well. I think if you look at the way Larian wrote Astarion as a character, yeah. Okay. We'll take this glass goblet, and then here is that skull that we need to interact with. Velioth.
On the pillar, the skulls you feel.
Okay.
Invite this skull is all that remains
Okay.
of the vampire Velioth.
So we're gonna make some wisdom saves. We should be able to make all the saves successfully.
And then Velioth's first
Okay.
Velioth recalls when
I don't think I've
Cazador
ever
reached
been
out
able
a
to
former friend.
successfully save
His
on
punishment,
all these wisdom
Velioth's
checks.
second lesson is Velioth recalls when Cazador rebelled against him. Cazador suffered 11 years of imprisonment because Velioth's third lesson is to act not in hate. Velioth recalls Cazador, his lessons learned, killing him. Velioth recalls Cazador bore the skull's eyes.
Yeah.
Even his precious runes.
Yeah, I think something that's so cool about this, by the way, is you can see the cycle of abuse. And this is something that is spoken about a lot amongst the community, but I think they capture it really well. You know, in TV and in movies, I think sometimes what you can have, and this is in real life as well, but you know, typical cycles of abuse is that the abused becomes the abuser, almost kind of subconsciously, and then they have this moment of clarity, so to speak, where they realize they've become this abuser. I think that's a pretty decent. I hate to say the word trope, but it's a decent ending for most characters, right? They realize they've become the abuser, and then from there they don't abuse ever again. So that's, in a sense, it's really cool. But in Astarion's case, this being a game where you can pick what happens to Astarion, I think it's fantastic that he can actually choose to ignore those signs, and he doesn't care that he's going to become the abuser. You know, he spent 200 and something years being abused. The only thing he wants to be free from is the concept of abuse ever again. And if that means having to abuse other people in the process of that so that he can feel safe, you know, so be it. It's a unique take. Obviously, you can redeem Astarion as well, if you so please. And that also works really well for him as a character. Either way you go about it, it works. I think a lot of people like, or I would assume they favor Astarion being allowed to ascend, or not ascend, excuse me. But in the case of Baldur's Gate, you know, they wrote this character to just not necessarily feel remorse, but how do I get back up here? Hang on, guys, I have to go around. Unfortunately, because I'm on console, I'm a little bit limited on what I can do.
What's that?
But yeah, it's just one of those things that I really, really like quite a bit. I think that bless you, babe. I think they really did such a great job. Oh, I just took some fire damage. Oh, the Pillar Sun Blade. Oh, why is this on fire still? Attack rolls with this weapon have advantage against undead. Yeah, it's a fantastic little weapon, isn't it? Fantastic little weapon. Advantage on undead is pretty good, but with Risky Ring, you can kind of just... doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'll give some more thought, definitely, into making more content derived from Baldur's Gate. Like I said, I really like analyzing the story. Okay, we can't actually get up this way either, man. I really wish that on console this was fixed. Luckily, there is a elevator we can take to get back up with our party. But yeah, we'll see. I might end up making some content analysis in this new year. We'll see. What happened, babe? What? Oh, really? Okay. I might have to fix the toilet after this session as well, you guys. We have a clogged toilet. My girlfriend went in there and came out and clogged it. I mean, damn, I don't know what kind. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyway, I like I said, I think that it's something that I've always thought about, just because in video games there's this very cool medium, and I think they'll just become more of a medium for people to consume stories from. So why not jump on that train ahead of time? Anyway, let's go ahead and press this ring in there. And now we get to find all of Astarion's victims.
Approaching the cells,
and this is just
disgusting.
Yeah. This is so amazing.
Sebastian.
You remember
the acting, the voice acting in this section is
handsome,
so good.
Shy. You'd never been kissed.
Yeah, but unfortunately we got to skip this.
Blood, you notice that every...
So
yeah.
Cazador marked them.
Okay.
Them, but he's...
Okay. Okay.
170.
All right.
You took them from me. There's no escape.
Okay.
This nightmare never ends, and it's your fault.
Yeah.
You did this, damn you! I damn you to the hells!
Yeah. Just so good.
I damn you to
Yeah. It's just fantastic, isn't it? I mean, they just... Yeah, they just did such a great job.
Gods above, I should have known what... Not just 7
Okay.
spawned. It doesn't matter. I will need to sacrifice them all. Thank you.
Okay.
It's just...
Yeah. So, I do have to say, again, I know this is unrelated to the game, but it's something that I always found fascinating is, you know, this is a really unique situation to put Astarion in, and of course the player character. Curse of the Sired. Oh no.
It's all right. Our parents will come for us.
Oh fuck, are you kidding me? Okay, hang on. I've never actually seen this Curse of the Sired before. Alright, I think that's because we chose not to tell the victims that we're going to save them. So let's go back to camp really quickly and take this debuff off, because I do not want to have Astarion have disadvantage on all saving throws. That's definitely not something that we want to have happen. Good thing this ancient sigil circle's here. Oh, and I can't even fast travel from this. Okay, it's fine. I'll spend the time talking about what I wanted to talk about, and we'll
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, we'll come back in just a second. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, it's a really interesting moral dilemma. My first time playing through this dungeon, I actually let Astarion ascend because I was playing a bit of an evil run, so it felt like obviously the more evil thing to do. But then I thought about it and I'm like, well, you know what? I don't know if it's that evil, because while, yes, you are killing over 7,000 souls, that's true. It's 7,000 vampires that you're killing that have been down there for 170 something years without any blood, without any knowledge of the outside world. I mean, literally sitting in a cell for 175 years. It almost seems like, you know, you're putting them down for their own good, to put them out of their misery, so to speak. And then, of course, Astarion becoming a ascended vampire
traveling with company.
is just a byproduct, I suppose.
Partner. Lead the way,
But
then.
it's
I'm ready. Whatever it
it's tricky, because at the same time you're still killing 7,000 something people. I don't know, not for me to say, but that's why I like this game. Okay, let me remove a curse from Astarion, because he has that Curse of the Sired. There we go. Yeah, we do not want to have him with that attached to him. Absolutely not. And we'll pick up Will again.
Always good to talk,
and
I'd love to join, but
well, then it's time.
I like how you.
Then it's time to go and fight Cazador, ladies and gentlemen. This episode was about 50 minutes of not filler, but you know, I wanted to showcase obviously us I guess completing the dungeon, and also not gloat, what's the word, but just put some respect on Larian for building a really cool quest and a really cool dungeon. And that they did. So, okay. Here we go. We're gonna head back down into Cazador's dungeon. And again, I'm not overconfident, because just because we beat Raphael doesn't suddenly mean that this fight becomes dramatically easier. It's a little bit easier because we have some better gear, but it's certainly not going to be a walk in the park at all, actually. So here we go. The game plan for this fight. I don't know if we can... Oh man, this is just so cool. Let's see how close we can get. I mean, this area to fight in is just so awesome. It's so awesome. There's Cazador. Alright. So here he is, Cazador Sar. 311 HP is not too bad. 17 AC is very, very good. 20 dex plus 18 strength. The stat line is incredible. He is resistant to slashing, piercing, bludgeoning. Surprisingly, Cazador is not immune to necrotic damage. Imagine being a vampire lord and not being resistant. Now he does have alert, plus he has a plus 10 to initiative, so getting ahead of the game here might be beneficial. We'll see. He's only 150 pounds, so that's fine. And his lowest saving throws are going to be Charisma, with Wisdom saving throws actually being kind of low. But he has a Legendary Resistance, which is, of course, plus 10 to his next saving throws. It's fine. Arcane Enchantment. You gain plus 1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls, okay? Arcane Vampirism. When the creature affected by your spells fail any associated saving throws, you gain 1d4 hit points. He gets an improved extra attack. Legendary action is Vampiric Swarm. Once per round, Cazador can spend a legendary action to conjure a Vampiric Swarm. Call forth a swarm of vampire bats. Targets are pushed backwards 23 feet and may become swarmed. Wow, 12 to 144 damage is unfucking believable. Affected entity is vulnerable to piercing damage and its movement speed is half. While the entity is swarmed, it will take 4/32 piercing damage and heal Cazador 4/32 hit points every turn. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we didn't really get to see Raphael's legendary action, so unfortunately for us, we never... Well, not okay, I guess fortunately. We never really got to see how much harder the fight could have been. But this is a stupidly ridiculous swarm. 12/144 piercing damage is ridiculous. Is ridiculous. You can do this every single turn, by the way. And it pushes us back 23 feet. So, just for reference as to what 23 feet looks like, 23 feet is like this much. And again, as I mentioned, look where we are in regards to this map and this layout, okay? This can push us off the entire chasm. So our positioning has to be super, super good here, okay? So, like, staying in the center with Cazador is probably the most important thing. But again, look where we are. We have to be in these circles to stop him from getting his health back, okay? So this is going to be one of those fights where going first is absolutely something that we want to do. Absolutely we want to do that. The only problem is, do we talk to Cazador to get this fight started? That is what I don't know. I don't know if there's any actual significance to talking to Cazador. I don't think there is. You'll notice, like I said, here are his ghouls. But we're not even finished reading Cazador's many perks that he gets. Here's the hypersensitivity. This creature takes 20 radiant damage if it starts its turn in sunlight. While sunlight, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So this is quite useful because we can naturally just have him sit next to some sunlight. And then Vampire Regeneration. The vampire regains 20 hit points at the start of a turn if it isn't in sunlight or has taken radiant damage from hasn't taken radiant damage or damage from holy water, in which case this trait doesn't function until the start of its next turn. So we actually do, I believe, have some holy water. No, we don't. Where is our holy water? Huh. Are these all the throwables I have? It's just this? Interesting. Okay, well, that's all I have apparently. Anyway, I honestly do think attacking with Lae'zel would be good. Here's the problem, you guys. He is unable to be surprised. That's the issue. And I don't know whether it's better for us to talk to Cazador. I'm going to go ahead and do this one thing. I'm going to go ahead and look this up. Should I talk to Cazador? Or ambush right away? I feel like that's a fair enough lookup thing. Okay, yeah, so I just looked this up and I kind of figured if we attack him, we will not lose Astarion. So that's exactly what we're going to do here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to attack Cazador right from the jump. Now, I was mentioning to you guys that we need to have Lae'zel go first. We need to have Lae'zel go first. So it almost is beneficial for us, and I should have done this to begin with, but it's almost beneficial for us to have her pop a potion of vigilance and then an elixir of bloodlust. So that's what I'm going to do here. I know people are going to say, why would you do this? But you just got to believe me here, okay? So we're going to go ahead and separate the ice methods. And I'm going to sneak Lae'zel in about as close as I can. I don't think there's a way that we can lose this fight, okay? We're going to go in with the sneak attack route, okay? Now, in order to do this, we want to try to hit Cazador with as much as we possibly can. So I think what we're going to probably do first is maybe Oil of Bane, but I'm thinking a Crawler Mucus here. Paralyzed and poisoned. It's quite good. Alright. Let's hit him. Here we go. Cazador. I'm going to go Luck of the Far Realms as well for the critical. Yep. Alright, so we have actually surprised pretty much everybody. And he is inoculated with Crawler Mucus, which means he saved the spell. Now, I need to take a look and see if he used any legendary action. He succeeded on the saving throw, so that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Well, unfortunately for us, we don't get a chance to hit him again. But we can hit him with the Piercing Strike, which I think would be quite good. Piercing Shot, that's what it was. Which would do extra damage on an attacks. So let's do that. Okay, so he does save from the piercing shot. So then I think what we do is just go for, I suppose, a regular ranged attack would be quite good. We could maybe do another poison, but he's inoculated, right? So yeah, he can't be affected by it. I wonder if we give up the damage here and just opt to hit him with a different potion. The Constitution saving throws might not be good. The Holy Water, a DC Constitution 17 saving throw. I mean, he's not immune to poison. Carbashan's Gift could be quite good as well. Let's coat this weapon in Carbashan's poison and hit him with this, and hopefully So he's immune to crawler mucus as well. Okay, I figured, but I wasn't exactly sure. Well, we're going to hit Cazador again. Okay. And mind you, Cazador hasn't actually gotten the chance to use the thing yet, so it's actually quite good. So next up is Will in this order. And I think we're just going to use... I mean, look at this. This actually might be quite easy. Given all the circumstances, we were able to get a high initiative order on Cazador, so this is quite good. Yeah, what we're going to go ahead and do now, I think, is just utilize Will here and hit him for, I guess, double? We don't want to use Repelling Blast, though. But what I do want to do is hit him with triple Eldritch Blast, hopefully forcing some damage onto him. So let's do it. Nice, so he's actually got some reverberation as well, which is big. Did he use a legendary reaction by chance? He did! He used a legendary resistance. So he used one legendary resistance on us. That's pretty big, actually. That's really big. Oh my god, we might actually have Cazador down before this is all over. I'm gonna save Will right now for the Quicken spell. And I'm gonna look to get Astarion in there now. I think that's the next logical step. Look at this. There's a pathway directly to Cazador here. I can't believe it's so easy. I never actually attacked Cazador before. But now we can just walk right up to him. And if we want, even hit him with the Distracting Strike. And I'm going to go for the Disarming attack, actually, to take this staff out of his hand. Here we go. Luck of the Far Realms as well. Think so. Wow.
Who stands? Do not... Forgiveness. Every maestro.
Oh my.
No. No.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Fuck you. And fuck everything you've ever done to me. Oh, thank you.
Wow, that's stupid. Alright, unfortunately, we just messed up big time. Wow, that sucks. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. So unfortunately, I need to now get my character involved. So let's get my character involved. Yeah, I didn't realize he could still do that. I mean, he's just been disarmed, so I don't... I suppose that's one of those things with Baldur's Gate, isn't it? But no worries, we have plenty of potions of invisibility that we can pop quite easily, actually. And take ourselves straight over to Astarion here and help free Astarion. Now, unfortunately, we do give up our turn, but helping Astarion is in my opinion, much, much more important right now to us. How do I help him? Yeah, help Astarion. Alright. So we get rolled into initiative here, and Astarion, unfortunately, is going to get himself out of a little bit of trouble, I suppose. But now, I need to take out the person that's giving him the extra HP. And actually, I should probably take out Violet, Yusin. Ritual sources is 6. Okay. Yeah, I think we Misty Step over to Violet. Where is Violet, actually? That's Leon. This is Violet? Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna use our Misty Step here and take out one of his ritual sources. So I'll actually get 10 HP, plus I get a bonus action, right? Oh, I get an additional 5 to my armor class, which is fantastic. Now I could cast Hold Person on several of these. Oh no, I can't. I can hold Monster though, right? Hold Monster up to 2 monsters if I'd like. I could also possibly go for Otto's Irresistible Dance if we so please, but for now we're just going to try to get our monsters, so to speak, these guys in question, in. So he's lost Violet. And now we probably want to take out Yusen, because I do not want to allow Cazador the chance to recover any HP. I did not realize that that was going to cost us so much, but we're going to go ahead and Elemental Warp. Hiding successful. A turn-based mode here would be big. And let's go ahead and Erupting Cinder, I guess. Yeah, just throw that at him. He did a little bit of damage, actually, which is fantastic. We still have an action as well. And he's losing HP by the minute, so this is very, very good for us. And now what we want to do is just get our methods in place as well. Like I said, I really do not want to let Cazador get any HP back. We still have Will and myself with an action. I could still throw a haste spore grenade if we so desired, but he's down to a quarter of his HP, so this is quite useful. Quite useful indeed. We're going to now go for an Elemental Warp. Ah, damn. Okay, well we cannot go for that. But I can have him fly, so let's go fly over. Okay, and the Mephit will now get a chance as well to block one of his sources of power, right? No? Oh yes, okay, fantastic. Fantastic. These Mephits might fail, but this is why they're here. They're here to just block some of the ritual. Man, it's a real shame that Astarion getting involved costs us all of this setup, basically. It's quite a shame, but it's fine. Okay. And we've actually successfully hidden. So we'll go turn... Aw, damn it, I acted a little bit too slow. Okay. So there's not much that Lae'zel can do here. In fact, I should have had her go here instead of the Mephit. But for now, I'll try to keep her behind. A twin spell could be quite good. Hound of Ill Omen is a Shadow Maestiff. That's kind of bad in my opinion. I don't think that that's particularly that good. Cazador is down to 20 HP, which is quite good. Ah, man. Well, everyone's now involved, is the thing. Everyone has now been basically involved. We could go Hypnotic Pattern for level 4 and just cast this on a bunch of people, but it's a bit of a waste, right? It's like a bit of a waste. Because unfortunately with Cazador, the thing is... Yeah, I don't really have something... I mean, we can hold Monster on him. Oh, but he's undead. Otto's Irresistible Dance would be the one then, but no, I can't actually cast this. Does it say how many... He doesn't have any more legendary resistance. Wow. Wow, he doesn't have any more Otto's Irresistible. I think we should pop a Potion of Speed. Oh, damn it, I can't. Fuck. Well, next turn we could definitely do something like Chain Lightning, but we need to disable him right now. Does he take bonus damage from Radiance? No. Should I have Will cast Daylight then? I think maybe Will should cast Daylight here. That might be really, really good. If I go for Quicken Spell, he can cast it. Yeah, he can cast it. And he would be able to cast a Ball of Light. A Sphere. He'd be able to do it. Yeah, and he's got Daylight sensitivity, so I do wonder.
Coming through.
If I move Will close enough. I think that's what we'll do. Casting Daylight here. Cast it, Will. So Sunlight hypersensitivity is now going to burn him for 20 radiant damage at the start of his turn, and he's going to have disadvantage on many things.
I am death.
I think for Lae'zel, maybe we go just slightly back, staying out of combat, and then I wonder what we could do for... I mean, a Moonbeam could be so good, right? Because then we could just concentrate the Moonbeam on Cazador. But Moonbeam as a... I mean, what does this do, Moonbeam? Can I see what it does? Let me see here. It's only going to do 3x30 damage. I wonder if we're better off doing something like Eye Bite. He's an elf, he can't be put to sleep. I can panic him. I can sicken him. What scrolls do we have access to? Maybe we have a scroll here. Hold Undead. Maybe Hold Monster. Confusion. I have a Banishment scroll. Bestow Curse, right? Yeah, no. Difficult one, definitely a difficult one. Evard's Black Tentacles could be quite good as well. But we want to try to move him is the thing. So I mean, I actually have enough movement that I could probably cast Otto's Irresistible Dance on him. Cast it. Yep, we got it. So Cazador is dancing now. He does save, he loses his turn, and he's gonna keep dancing, right? Yeah, Cazador is still gonna dance. Opportunity attack for sure. We're gonna take out one of the bats. Nice. They miss us. And we managed to save concentration, which is very, very big. And I think we just go for the bonus action here. Alright. I think we just attempt to definitely try to disarm him again from the staff. So he drops his weapon. Another weapon attack. Lucky reroll. Okay, we missed that one. Then an action surge. We might be able to kill. Him right here. I think we need to go for a distracting strike. I just don't think this will be enough damage to kill him. Hopefully. Dang it. We were so close. Well, it's okay. We're gonna get another chance here in a minute. I guess I'll throw an Erupting Cinder onto these little ghoul guys. Yeah, just set them on fire. That did a lot of damage, actually. Wow. Yeah, they're gonna have a surprise round anyway, so... Then we have these ice methods. I guess we'll just hit him with the Freezing Claws. Okay, he missed. That sucks. Maybe he'll hit him. Nice, okay, that was quite easy. And I guess that's it. I guess Cazador has been defeated. Wow.
My path be true.
Wasn't that bad, I don't think. Yeah, can we just hit Cazador with like a bonus attack here and maybe kill him? Beautiful. Well, that was easy. Holy crap. We did it. And now we'll just use a arrow of many targets, I guess, right? And then maybe just again, I guess, right?
Forever dauntless.
Did they all have sunlight sensitivity or no? Okay, not all of them. Some of them do. I think we just go triple Eldritch Blast then. And maybe, wait a minute, let's not forget that we have the ability to knock these guys off the platform. Yeah, 1, 2. Can I knock anybody else off? 3. Nice. So we just took out 3 of them right there. And then a quicken spell would be fantastic. Walk straight over here. And then Will, if you can use Lightning Bolt at a level 4 spell slot. That's gonna hit 3 of them. Oh wait, I can move my character though.
Important is ever easy.
I just have to... Well, what the heck should I do then is the question. Maybe I should do... I'll take the attack of opportunity. Let Will hit this really quickly. Because he will definitely do some big Wapalooza damage here. I mean, he'll be able to hit 3 of them right out, so let's go ahead and do that. Mental fatigue is fantastic.
Well, so much for peace.
Now we go back on this source here. Is there a lightning bolt I could do? Well, I could actually do chain lightning if I wanted to. I have 2 of them. Why not? Chain lightning. Alright. And then Chatterteeth has still got a little bit of love in the box. Okay. Just got a little bit of space. Here comes one of the ghouls. He's gonna... Oh, he's gonna use Stench. Okay, interesting. We'll use Shield here. Just let Will... Ideally, we don't let him take us out. And let's have Astarion take out a couple of these ghouls. 1 ghoul down. 2 ghouls down. 3 ghouls down. Yes, Astarion, my friend. Fantastic. And nothing more I can really do at the moment. That's it. Wow, this was so easy. I'm actually very shocked. I don't know why I'm shocked, but I don't know. I guess I expected this to be a little bit harder. We had to use a lot of resources, naturally, but yeah. Very, very much easy. Almost too easy, in my opinion. And then we'll hit this bat here. Why did more bats spawn? What the hell?
This is my time.
Oh man, we hate bats. Oh, he's nauseous, that's why. I was wondering, I'm like...
2 steps at a time.
Why is he nauseous? So he'll be nauseous for 1 more turn. That's fine, whatever. Yeah, let's get the spear out then. And hit this bat too. And then just go back and do the same thing again, I suppose. Okay. Let's use the... Well, you know what? Do I have like a little throwable I could use here? Have Astarion do some throwing here. Send these to Astarion. There we go. Have him go crazy. Alright, a bomb there. We'll take out those 2 bats. He'll take out this guy here. And there's 1 more bat. Where's the last bat? Who got the last bat? Where is this last bat? Here he is. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it.
Defender of the people.
I need to cast this again, though. Yeah, I need to lose this, because you can actually bug the game out. Alright.
What now?
Let's do it. Let's crack this open. And let's let this cutscene just play out.
Get your hands off!
Alright.
One last. But if I finish the ritual...
You think me a fool?
Alright.
The runes I carved into your...
Yeah, we're gonna watch this cutscene here.
am so much more than what I can do this. But I need your help.
All right, we're gonna help Astarion, obviously.
Eyes. What do you?
Use the. You would. I would, and I will. You will be consumed.
All right.
And all the power you've lusted after will be mine.
And sacrifice all these people. Please, no power is worth their anguish, Astarion.
This is so good.
Help me do this. Please.
Your mind's joined.
Yes. Yes.
What are you doing?
No! Oh, no! No! There.
Yeah, this is so good. So good.
Ungrateful child. Wretched child.
And now...
Time to take your place.
And now we get to see... like the coolest thing ever. I think actually at this point, if you tell Astarion to stop, I think you have to fight Astarion. But there's no way I'm stopping this ritual.
Has animas offero in sacrificio.
Yeah, I think you can stop him, right? Or maybe not. I don't know for certain. This scene is so brutal as well. So brutal. The voice acting's a little bugged.
I can feel their power flowing into me.
Yeah, if you stop him here, I think you have to kill Astarion. But we're not obviously stopping this. And yeah, everybody dies and... wow, it's brutal. It's brutal. My character looks...
I can't feel it. That ache in my stomach. That hunger.
Man.
It's gone. I'm free. I'm finally free. Oh. Oh, it feels delicious.
I don't know why Will is smirking. He was like there.
I think the answer to that is... come on, let's get out of here.
Okay, so with that being said...
I am the greatest vampire to ever walk this land. Shh. Hush.
Yeah, Astarion definitely changes a little bit.
What is in the air.
Yeah.
I felt so very little. Now, I can hear it at last.
Yeah, I love the way Neil Newbon voices Astarion as well after he ascends.
Oh, all the lowly scurrying footpads.
Yeah, so we'll skip through this.
Stir in fear. Oh, I will be so sure. I already hear, and I've...
yeah, so with that being said, we ascended Astarion. Honestly, this fight was not that bad. I guess I never really realized we could just... well, yeah, I guess I never just realized we could attack Cazador. I've always had this dialogue with him, but we're not going to do that anymore. We pick up some really, really unique items. The Rhapsody is a gain +1 bonus to attack rolls, damage, and spell save DC for every slayer you slay, up to a maximum of 3, possibly inflict bleeding when hitting a creature with this weapon while hiding or invisible. It's not bad. We also get that unique staff. I forget where that staff is. It is... who picked it up? Ah, yes, Astarion did. The Woe. You gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. When the creature affected by your spells fails any associated saving throw, you regain 1d4 hit points, plus it gives us the free use of Blight. It's an okay quarterstaff. It's nothing to ride home about. But as a vampire ascendant, Astarion is now just a beast. The dude is the strongest thing that we have. Probably the closest thing to Master... Oh, voice crack. The closest thing to a Master Chief that we'll ever have. Here are some of the things that he will get, I believe here. Partial Ceramorphosis, but Vampire Ascendance. Plus 1d10 necrotic damage bonus to weapon and unarmed attack rolls. Plus, we also get the Ascendant Bite and Gaseous Form. Ascendant Bite is a 12 by 72 healing. Gives him happy. Of course, they still get bloodless, but he just gets to heal. And then Misty Escape is a bonus action that we can use, of course, until long rest. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, as I was saying to you guys... the game, I don't think, actually reflects how much damage we can do. Funny enough, we haven't even taken a short rest. Maybe we should, but we'll wait. But the game itself doesn't even reflect this damage accurately anymore. You'll see here... Oh, no, it does. There you go. I'm not sure why it says 17 by 44 here. But we do 2d acid, plus 1d4 thunder, plus 1d4 necrotic, plus 1d6 fire. So we are getting, if we do all the maximums correct... We're getting 22 extra damage on top. And then, of course, with Great Weapon Master, look at this, 28 to 64 is absolutely filthy. Absolutely filthy. And just on main attacks, we're doing anywhere from 27 to 54. So, it's, yeah. Honestly, guys, I thought this fight would be a little bit harder, but it was not really a big sweat. I was a little bit worried, but once we successfully hit him with... Otto's Irresistible Dance, it wasn't really that big of a sweat. Like, at all. In fact, we're probably good enough to keep going and maybe go and do one more boss fight for the next episode, but that's it.
Still breathing.
This new character that I have is pretty strong, I'm not gonna lie. With these level 6 Otto's Irresistible Dance, we might even be able to just walk over every other boss in the game, similar to how we did it with this fight. Where we pretty much just casted it on Cazador. And again, had I known that if you do actually bring up Astarion, that kicks off the second version of the fight, obviously I wouldn't have done that, but I did not know that, so... With that being said, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Again, very shocked that we did this so easy, I guess? But not complaining. At all. That's another fight that I thought was going to be a lot harder. That turned out to be not that hard at all. Next episode, we'll probably end up going to get the Ansur fight. Meaning we're probably going to end up going to do the Iron Throne, which will be a really fun episode, because unlike a boss fight, it is a whole unique challenge in itself. And then we'll go and fight Ansur, pick up Baldur's Giant Slayer, and that will complete our transformation of Astarion into the world's strongest walking tank, who, like I said, with Baldur's Giant Slayer, he gets how many? He gets a +8 to strength, so an additional +8 damage. So remember this disarming attack here? This will skyrocket to up to 72 damage on our highest hit, and an additional +8 will take us to a high of 62 on hit, meaning that if Astarion hits you 3 times and he rolls highest damage possible, and he has Savage Attacker, so it's possible that he can do that, that means Astarion does in one turn of combat with no action surge, nothing of the nature, 180 damage. And again, if you do action surge with that, he will do, what is that, 360 something damage if he hits you for 6 times max damage. It's I don't know what I would call it, but certainly broken is an understatement. Anyway, with that being said, everybody, thank you so very much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I will see you guys next time for probably the Iron Throne, or maybe Minsk with the Counting House, where we'll go and take a bunch of those high security items and see if we can build any more interesting OP builds for our party. But I think we're pretty much max build. In fact, I don't even know if we need to fight all the other bosses. I think we're just doing it at this point because we got so overpowered. Why would we not? But we'll see. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys had a good New Year. Be well, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.